All right, let's do it live on a Thursday edition of Cleveland Browns Daily. We're presented by Ballybet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. I am merely Bo. That's the great Z.
Hello.
I did get a, this is funny from David. I think this is a good place to start. When is Andrew Siciliano going on Baltimore Ravens Daily today? Do you know?
Listen,
boy,
there's been a lot of those. They're pretty fun.
I know he's not happy.
The great
about
Siciliano.
it. He's not happy about the great Siciliano. He and I, we had many conversations yesterday.
Many conversations about it.
Yes. And
by the way, did you see DaCosta? I don't know if this. I haven't even looked what's in this. I mean, I don't even know. Oh yeah, you got sound in the second segment, but he basically did exactly what we said he would do.
Oh
It's
yeah,
exactly what he did. So,
and
that's the way it all shook out.
There are timeline contradictions. There are medical community contradictions. There are a great many contradictions.
Yeah.
And listen, what they did was at the end of the day, like I said, and I know that Siciliano didn't want to get into it, but what they did is like if somebody in a fantasy football league was that trades announced, and then somebody in your league was like, "Hey, I would have given you this for that guy."
Yes. Yeah.
And you're like, well, I like that. I like what you're saying better.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, deal's off.
Sorry.
We didn't accept it on the site. I didn't press on the site.
Yep.
It was just, and then I take that trade. You get thrown out of the league. People are pissed, and rightfully so, but it was in the best interest of your franchise. Now, that's what they did. They realized that the guy they thought was gone, Trey Hendrickson, wasn't gone, and in fact would have been going to somebody that would have, the Colts would have been a rival and also former Baltimore team in its own right, and they decided to say, hey, we can get Trey Hendrickson, pay him, right around or a little less than what we were going to pay Max Crosby, and keep our 2-1s. So that feels like a win for us.
Yep.
And so that's what they did. And it's shady. It's not cool. But the beauty is, and here's the other thing when you're the Ravens, like we live in a world right now where outrageous things happen and or said every single day.
Can't keep up.
You can't keep up with it. So, like, they're already – today, it feels like that's already yesterday's news.
It really does. Yeah. I was thinking about that with the Adebayo stuff, too. Like, we live – there is so much information being thrown our way, real and false.
Yes.
I mean, you and I had a 20-minute dialogue in here about something that we were convinced was
real.
It was real. Thought it was real. And it's not. It's not.
It's not real.
It's very – I feel bad. I don't know how kids are going to do it. I don't know how I feel for our children. Like, how are you going to decipher what's real and what isn't? The AI has gotten so good. It's terrifying.
Terrifying.
I mean, the video I watched that you and I were talking about, I'm not going to send anybody to it because there's no reason to create more around it. But, like, it was something that you brought up to me, and I watched it, and I thought, well, this is clearly what this is. And then, no, it's not. And so you're right. Yeah, I mean, the shock of a sports thing here or there – it's over by the next day.
Totally.
It just is crazy.
Of anything.
Yeah, it really is. How quickly these things, they're in our way for a little while, and then we move on to other things, and away you go. So, yeah, that's kind of the way that'll shake out, and you'll hear from Eric DaCosta in the second segment of this fine program.
Quick breaking news here. The Commanders are signing former Bucs running back Rachaad White to a 1-year deal where White will reunite with Jaden Daniels.
I want to play a game with you right now.
I feel like everybody played with Jaden Daniels.
They did. You ready to do this off the cuff?
You know what?
You ready?
I'm not sure I've ever been more ready.
I feel like you are. I love the spectacular Sneed hat you have there.
Yeah, sure.
That's such a great one.
You know what we call that? A fedora.
You know what I like? It is. You know what I like about that type of a golf course logo? If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
That's what I love about them.
Dubs has been walking around that's awesome. It's just like a milk bottle, like a glass milk bottle from the 1950s. And it's awesome.
Glass milk bottle, 1950s.
It looks like a 1950s.
Will I know what that logo belongs to?
I don't know. I didn't know.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know what that one is. I know most of the great ones, like the exclusive, the tough-to-find ones.
It is.
Does he want it known?
I don't know. I'll tell you.
We'll do it later, yeah. All right. I'm going to give you an NFL team.
That's the logo, by the way. This one right here.
That's a good logo.
That's so cool.
All right, I'm going to give you a team. We are almost to the end of free agency. Okay. You tell me that if you're in that facility, if they believe they are a contender or not based on what they did in free agency.
Solely
based on what they've done in free agency, what they've done in the offseason so far. Do they believe they are a contender? Let's go 3 categories. Contender, make the playoffs,
So
or tread
Super Bowl
water.
contender.
Yeah. Or tread water /
playoff team.
It's probably too early to go full on tank, although I think we know which teams are. Or just trying to stabilize tread water.
But I get to take their roster as a whole into account.
Yeah, for sure, because it's predicated on
it's
that.
not just what they did in free.
No. It's how do they view themselves based on the actions that they've had after the season, whether it's firing coaches or free agency or any of it. You ready?
Okay. Are we gonna do all 32?
Yep. Bills,
Super Bowl contenders.
Dolphins,
Tread water to tank.
Patriots,
Super Bowl contender.
I keep waiting for them to do something else. They've done some. It's nice, but I think they went into this thinking they were getting they got Romeo Dobbs.
Could still end up with A.J. Brown.
Now you're talking.
Yeah.
Jets. That's almost a fourth category. What in the blue hell are you doing?
Yeah.
I
said tread water to tank. That's the range.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. All right. Ravens.
Super Bowl contender.
Bengals.
Super Bowl contender.
And one caveat, just so everybody, if you're just jumping on, just so you understand, this is how they view themselves in their building.
Yes.
Steelers.
Playoff team.
You want to do us?
Sure.
Us.
I think we view ourselves as being a playoff team.
Okay. Houston Texans.
Super Bowl contender.
Colts.
Super Bowl contender.
Jaguars.
Super Bowl contender.
They've had a weird one. Kind of a weird offseason.
They've lost.
Do the Colts really think of themselves that way?
You don't pay Danny Dimes $45 million unless you think you're a Super Bowl contender.
You're probably right. They've had a.
I think they're wrong.
I think they're
this
too.
Is what they
think in their building. That's the important distinction.
So if you were saying me,
they didn't get Hendrickson.
If you were saying
that's the other thing, they thought they were getting Hendrickson, so that probably buoys your point. That they thought they were paying Dimes $50 million. They went after Hendrickson. They probably think.
Do they really think that, or is Chris Ballard doing everything he can just to save his job?
I mean,
if I can just get us to the playoffs, I'll buy us extra time.
If you're doing so, I'm going to make little arrows on here just for you.
Yeah,
but because that would be my ranking. I think New England's a playoff team. I think Houston, Indianapolis, and Jacksonville are playoff teams. I think Pittsburgh is treading water to tanking.
Yeah.
I think we're trying to ascend, but we're most likely right now. I don't think in Vegas we are considered a playoff favorite.
No, not Tennessee.
I think that they. I think they view themselves as a playoff team.
I think they're
an ascending.
The second bucket. Yes, I agree. Denver.
I think Super Bowl contender.
Kansas City.
Super Bowl contender.
Raiders.
I think they view themselves as an ascending team.
Yep. Chargers.
I'll put playoff team / ascending.
I like it.
Chargers would be Super Bowl contenders. Certainly they're operating like they are Super Bowl contenders.
Yep. Dallas.
How they've lost too much talent on defense, I think, to truly view themselves as Super Bowl contenders. I'm going to put them a playoff team. I think they might actually be. I might arrow them over to tread water, but I think they have enough. Pickens, Lamb, Javonte, Dak. They have enough offense to be a playoff team.
They do. It's a strange spot they're in.
Yeah,
very strange. The G-men.
I think they think that they are ascending. They got Harbaugh now. They got Jackson Dart. I think they think they're ascending.
Eagles.
Super Bowl contender.
A lot of losses there.
Yeah. I think
you're right. I think they believe that, yeah. Commies.
I think they are operating like they believe they are a Super Bowl contender.
I would agree.
2 years removed from an NFC Championship game appearance.
Yep. Bears.
Super Bowl contender.
Leos.
Super Bowl contender.
Packers.
Super Bowl contender.
Vikings.
I think Kyler's playoff team. I think playoff team.
Atlanta Falcons.
Playoff team. Ascending. Do you know that currently they are the fourth in terms of odds to win the division? They're fourth.
They're the fourth pick in the South?
They drop like a rock, too. They are way down in the South.
Why would they be below New Orleans and Tampa based on what Tampa has lost?
I don't know.
I think I like that roster.
Yeah.
I don't know why
They lost their edge. They have no first-round pick, and then their first-round pick from last year, that edge rusher, was probably not going to play again.
Yeah. Carolina.
Playoff team ascending.
New Orleans. I think they think they're ascending.
I think they think they're ascending.
I don't think they are, but I think they think they are. Like you get Etienne, you pay him.
Yeah,
like you think you're operating like you're trying to make the playoffs. Tampa Bay. They have a big. I mean, they lose Mike Evans.
They have to think that they're a playoff team, but I think they would be a playoff team that is like I'd put the arrow over on them.
Do you know when they have to make the decision on Bake to extend or not?
Is it this year?
I don't know if it's this year or
after
next.
this season.
I think it's after this season.
Okay, so then they'll have that. That's what this is for them. They have to decide if they want to be in the Baker Mayfield business long term. That's what this is.
Yep.
Like they still have Mech, they still have Godwin, they don't have Evans, but they still have So is he an elevator?
Yeah, he's eligible for free agency after this coming season.
Okay. NFC West, Arizona, clear in the third bucket.
Yep. And then everybody else is.
Everybody else is a Super Bowl contender and behaving as such.
All right, so we have.
Look at your list there, how big that is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 teams in the Super Bowl contender. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 teams. So that's 29, and then 3 in the tread water tank. So
12 make it.
I think.
Or no,
14.
14 make it.
14.
Make it, yeah.
And we have 29.
Yeah.
Now, I have my arrows are different than this is what we believe they believe.
Yes.
I really think they're probably truth serum, New Orleans, truth serum us. We're in a transition year. So maybe there are 5 teams. But I think, look, we have an elite defense. Can we just be, as everybody at the combine, we have an elite defense. Can we just be top half of the league in offense, like 16th?
Yep.
And if so, you can win your division. So then you believe you can be a playoff team. But what's going to happen as this season goes on is I think you're going to have teams that move very quickly to the third column. But
the off
when you were talking about how this year could be, I think they're the halves though is a pretty robust group of halves.
Yes, and I think that what you're going to see is the third bucket is going to get bigger as the season goes along.
Yes.
Like you get off to a slow start. If you're one of those teams in the second bucket and you get off to a slow start and you have a young team, or if you don't have quarterback, you don't know about it. Think about Tampa Bay. Use them as the example. If you're the Tampa Bay Bucks and you start out, I have no idea what their schedule is, who they play, strength of it, nothing. But let's say you get off to a 1-6 start.
Oh yeah,
you just are leaning right and you're going down to that bucket and you're saying, man, let's make sure we're picking at the top of this draft.
Yep.
Well, I think there's more examples of that.
And I think New Orleans could do that. I think if things go bad for Cam Moore in Tennessee could say, no, let's get the first pick. I think Las Vegas could, if Mendoza doesn't look good, could do that. I think the Giants could easily head that direction as well. Yeah.
That's a lot of contenders, though.
Yeah, that really, truly believe, yes. Which is awesome. That should make for good football.
Should make for very good football. News here in Berea. Punter Corey Bjorquez has re-signed with the Browns, so the kicking group stays intact. There was, some consternation if that would happen or not. We always wanted Corey back, and so now he is. So that's great to see.
Yeah, Corey Bjorquez, you get back to the guy, and I think that part of that's going to be on our new special teams coordinator, Byron Stoyer, as well as, the guys that are put out there. But Corey Bjorquez, his 3 years prior, averaged 48.5, 49.4, and 49.3 yards per punt. Last year it was down to 45.8. His net was right around 42 for his whole tenure here with the Cleveland Browns, over 42. Last year it was 37. So everything was down about 5 yards, and that is because our coverage team was not good. We were not as good as we should have been. Corey Bjorquez had not had a punt blocked since the year 2019. In fact, with the Cleveland Browns prior to last year, he had punted the ball 237 times with no blocks. He had 2 punts blocked last year. He had the longest punt in the NFL in 3 of the 5 prior years and had at least 1 punt of 70 yards in 5 straight seasons. Last year did not. All of those things, to me, means that we've got to let him be him, and we've got to cover our punts better, and we've got to block for our punter better. But Corey Bojorquez, Rex Sunahara, Andre Schmidt back. That's good. Continuity in the unit, good. 1-year deal, and so he has an opportunity, I think, to have a good year and then be able to get back into being a longer-term type of a situation for him.
We have reportedly re-signed cornerback D'Angelo Ross, so that has happened reportedly as well, and officially released offensive tackle Jack Conklin this morning, released Wyatt Teller and Chief with post-June 1 designations. The designation provides cap relief starting June 1, pushing future dead cap into 2027. From the founder of Over the Cap, the Browns' contracts were written in a way that they had to release Conklin, Teller, and Njoku. They hoped to use a post-June on them, but only allowed 2. They had one too many set the same way this year.
Yep.
Is the thought on that. So there's a lot going on with the cap.
Yep.
That it's one of those things that I think for the average fan, you go a little cross-eyed on it.
Yes, and there are the machinations that can be used to move things around. By the way, the Bucs, Rachaad White goes to Washington. The Bucs have signed Kenneth Gainwell, who had a pretty good year, by the way, with the Pittsburgh Steelers last year. But yeah, there are the Browns that hope to have all 3 of those guys be post-June cuts at some point. You can only do 2. And what that means is when you're a post-June cut is that your dead money gets spread over 2 years as opposed to just all being a lump sum at once. The Joel Bitonio thing also, it feels like this is based on speculation of people who understand how these things work, but the Browns have to take on all of his void now at one time. So there are people who think that he is going to be a free agent and might not be retiring. He might be playing in the league, but perhaps not for the Cleveland Browns.
Man,
I don't know that to be true.
No,
I have not heard that from Joel at all, but that's what a lot of people have thought potentially based on how this has gone down.
It is a mailbag day. Get your questions into us at Browns_Daily or hit us up in the YouTube chat. You can do so in both of those avenues. Isn't today uniform reveal day in Tennessee?
Yes, tonight.
Tonight they're doing it?
I can't wait. Is it confirmed that it's what we believe it is?
All of the teasers that are out there suggest that they're doing Oilers-Titans. They're doing the old Oilers uniforms, that the baby blues will be the home uniform, and that they'll go with a white helmet.
So good.
And they'll just, instead of having the oil derricks on the side of the helmet, it'll be the Tennessee 3-star thing that's on the flag.
It'll be excellent.
Yeah, it's an incredible troll. I do wonder if this is why the Houston Texans weren't allowed to have more baby blue. That never made sense to me. I wonder if this was in the works from Tennessee from 2 years ago.
Maybe that would be the only thing that makes sense, but they've never let them do it.
I understand, but but I know that they can't wear Oilers throwbacks. But I never understood for a second. I didn't believe for a second that the Tennessee Titans owned like every shade of light blue.
Yeah,
I mean that's ridiculous. The Chargers wear light blue. Lots of teams wear light blue. Yeah, there's a variety of it. There's Carolina blue. There's blues. Columbia blue's a little different than Carolina, and certainly like UCLA blue is a little darker than others, but they're all light blue. And the reality is, from that perspective, how the heck are you going to own a color? A full shade of a color made no sense.
Right.
But if all of a sudden the Tennessee Titans were working on a light blue uniform for the last 2 years that they were trying to get back to, then I could see how Goodell would say, look, we can't have 2 light blue teams in the same division.
Yep.
Maybe that explains it a little bit, but that drop is tonight.
It's supposed to start at 8:45 p.m. Eastern
too late.
time. There will be no live stream.
Really?
You have to be in the building. There is a special. They have a venue. The invite.
We did that once. That did not go well.
Yeah.
How'd that go for you?
Not great.
Not as well as him announcing draft picks.
It's just one of those when you pull a prank like that and then the fake is so much better than the real. It's almost like the joke wasn't on me as much as it was.
I think I agree with you. So they obviously really believed that they crushed it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are we sure?
Yes.
Well,
certain
people.
Yeah.
Well, the people who made the decision that this is what it was going to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
They felt very strongly. Yeah. I felt that confident when we redid them.
Yeah.
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 So, look, there's a lot of these. And then Atlanta's is coming. They're going to go to the sounds to me like they're going with the red hat. They're going to go with the red hat with the gray face mask and all that. Sounds to me like what they're going back to.
Atlanta.
And then they'll wear the
Which is fine, but
black.
it's got to be they also have to have that be in the closet. The Jeff
I think they
Georges.
will. I think they'll have the black helmet in the closet too.
It's a better logo.
It's the same, I think. From the Bartkowski to that, I think it's the exact same Falcon.
That's if they do that, that's an A+ home run.
I
On
think
the red,
that's
when
what
the
you
Falcons,
do, right? If you're them, like that's it. You'd basically become the Tennessee Oilers with the exact uniforms the Oilers used to wear. I mean, that's beautiful. So they're basically getting rid of navy blue if they do that, and that's been a hallmark of since they've been in Tennessee has been navy blue. I wonder how Titans fans feel about that. And they look great, but like navy blue's who you are.
Is it? I mean, the Titans to me have no identity. Like, is Nashville a navy blue town? I mean,
Well, I have no
Vanderbilt's
idea,
black and
but like
gold.
they've been there for 20-some years now, and they've been in navy blue the whole time.
Yeah. So on their red helmet, you're right. They use the good Falcon.
Yeah, it's the same bird.
Yeah.
It's just a red.
That needs to be the logo then.
Yeah, I think it will. Like, just get rid of the logo that they have and go with the old bird.
Well, on their website, it's still their main website logo is still the new bird with the red in it.
Yeah.
Which is not as nearly as good of a bird as the old bird. The question will be, I think they just need to have that. They have the black helmet, and then you're good. I don't think they need any of the modern.
They don't need anything new. You wear the red helmet with the black over silver or white. Then you have the black, silver.
Yep.
And then you have red, silver, like a red.
And it's got to be a black face mask on the black helmet.
Of course. Yeah. Of course. It's got to look exactly the way it is.
Yeah, it's got to look like this.
Yeah, and then you
can even have this one too. That white with the black helmet with the white is fantastic.
It's fine. Yeah.
It's more than fine.
They got a lot of nice stuff that they can work with. That's a pretty good catalog. I mean, you're a Falcon and you're black and red.
I'm still waiting for young Gabriel to come through.
He's working. He's got his work on.
Well,
for Jeff George, Gabriel,
we're verifying. There's a guy from CBS Sports, Matt Zenitz, national NFL and national college football senior reporter for CBS.
Okay.
He says that we are re-signing corner Trey Avery.
We don't. You telling me you do a story like that, Gibby, and I don't get a breaking news header out of you?
Sorry. Seriously.
I mean, come on.
Well, I mean,
you got
normally
guy
I
played 10
enjoy
games
going,
for us
gentlemen,
last year.
I have some news.
Guy played 10 games for us
you two
last year.
lose your minds. That's how we ended up with Ziguran coffee mugs.
They're great mugs.
Oh, baby. Look at that. That's a white face mask.
75
that's
anniversary.
1994.
That's 94. That's when the league did that.
Golly.
That's beautiful. That's a great look.
That is a good look. Jeff, look at him.
G-Man makes an astute point. They look like Georgia.
Well, so that was the idea. So the reason few people know this, but the red Falcons helmet, there is a thin gold stripe on the helmet in homage to Georgia Tech. So that's a good job out of you, G-Man. That was exactly the point. Was to have a little bit of that look.
Look at his index finger. Look at also where he's holding the ball. The way the laces are much more in his palm than most people would have it.
There's Bradshaw threw that way too with a finger on the point.
You have to have a big hand, and that is a
big paw.
The guy threw absolute rockets.
Absolutely did.
Absolute rockets.
It is a mailbag day. Get your questions in at Browns_Daily or hit us up in the YouTube chat. We will get to that in the second hour of the program. Those are your hot topics today, presented by University Hospitals, official healthcare partner of your Cleveland Browns. You will hear from Ravens GM Eric DeCosta as he attempts to explain away what happened earlier this week and a shocker in the MAC tournament. We get to all of that around the sports world coming up next. You listen to Cleveland Browns Daily. We're presented by Ballybet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Please bet responsibly. Add more fun to your fan of the Ballybet Sportsbook app. Download today. Get 50 back in bonus bets. You place your first wager of 10 or more. Ballybet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Before we go around the sports world, hey, we didn't even talk about the fact that Jed Wills is back in the league.
I know. Welcome back.
We sent it to you
Jed
yesterday,
Wills.
and then the Raven captain came on. And literally, I was like, "Well, we're not even going to end up."
He might fight you when you say
12 minutes. 12 minutes into the segment, I looked at the G-man. I go, "We're not even going to discuss our free agent class."
He did think
there.
about trying to shift the conversation to that at one point.
He tried, but we weren't interested.
Yeah.
It reminded me of the scene in The Firm where Caffey meets Kevin Bacon for a beer, and they kind of go back and forth, and then Bacon goes to leave, and Sheen stands up and screams, "You're a lousy blank and softball player, Jack." That's kind of what it reminded me of. That was great. So Jed Wills is back. So he's with the Bears. So there you go, after taking a year off.
Yep.
From around the sports world we go. Let's start in the NFL, and let's start with the topic of that conversation. So as we were getting off the air yesterday at 5 o'clock, Eric DeCosta had a press conference in Baltimore. I listened to this whole thing. He did exactly what we said he should do. Whether you believe it or not, it really doesn't matter.
They said exactly right.
We
knew the playbook.
Exactly what the playbook would be, and he followed it to a T. Here is DeCosta first on how he has to do what's best for the team.
We've got a responsibility. I've got a responsibility to the Ravens, to this community, to our fans, and to Steve Bisciotti to do what we think is best for the club. Again, I understand how people might, maybe from afar, would feel that way. Nobody's more upset about this than me. Gutted by it, actually. And so a big regret for me. But we will move on as a football team.
I don't know that you're the most disappointed. I would imagine that the Las Vegas Raiders are slightly more disappointed. I would imagine that Max Crosby is slightly more disappointed and angry. No one's more disappointed than me.
Big regret for me? What do you regret?
What do you regret, Eric?
Why would you have a regret?
What would be your regret?
You could think
Mr.
that it
DeCosta?
was unfortunate that he couldn't pass the physical, but to have a regret implies that you have an action that you regret. I think that was a little slip there.
I believe that you are correct.
I think so, too.
You want more proof?
I think even Siciliano would agree with that. Smoking gun.
Smoking gun now. This one's really funny. I won't lead the witness. Here is the general manager of the Baltimore Ravens expressing his disappointment that the trade fell through.
So we started some discussions with he and his agent, thinking that potentially we'd have two pass rushers on the defensive line on both sides of the line. Again, I think it was disappointing to us, and probably in a way, potentially disappointing probably to Trey as well.
Oh, you think?
So Trey's disappointed because now he got more money than he was going to get from anybody else.
Yep.
They didn't start talking again.
He just said what we said he would say.
Yeah, we wanted.
He's going to say we wanted them both.
The weird part is that nobody had heard that the Ravens were involved, and there's been no reporting at all that the Ravens were involved in pursuing Trey Hendrickson until they became the mystery team that entered at the 24th hour, which was on the day that they brought Max Crosby in and maybe decided to make their pivot.
In fact, Rossini reported yesterday, all of this starts to run together, that Hendrickson was ready to sign with Indy. With the Colts.
That's right. And Lou Anarumo.
Yes. And then all of a sudden it was a call is made, hey, maybe we should talk. So just utter nonsense. But again, like as we said yesterday off the top, this is why we were confident that nothing is going to be done.
No, you can't prove anything.
No, right. He laid out plausible deniability.
That's right.
Him having regret is
that's funny. That's pretty funny.
What do you regret? You can only.
Yeah, what's your regret?
What's your
Eric?
regret?
What's your regret, pal?
Buddy?
Come on, buddy.
Yeah.
Easy, buddy.
What's your regret?
What's your regret?
You might have thrown out a buddy or a pal yesterday, I believe.
I meant it, though. I meant it affectionately.
Yeah.
I meant it affectionately.
It was a buddy.
Yeah, it was a buddy boy. Easy buddy boy. Nothing will come of it.
No.
Nothing.
It's already over.
It's over already. Yeah. The only thing I do think the NFL should look at the calendar and try to figure out if there's a way to make this
wrong again.
I do wonder if there is a way to make sure this doesn't ever happen again.
Yeah.
I just don't think you can't have stuff like this happen where teams build their offseason plan predicated on agreed upon deals that are then reneged.
Yes,
can't
do it.
It's not right. It's not right to the
It's not
butterfly
fun.
effect of it is massive through teams throughout the league, players, lives, all of it. So yeah, I think there's probably a simple way to fix it, and they ought to look into what that simple way to fix it is.
Yep.
But yes, nothing will come of this. Elsewhere in the division, I would like this if they weren't in our division. I like the signing for them. The Bengals made an addition today, adding Pro Bowl defensive lineman Jonathan Allen on a 2-year contract.
They've quietly put together a nice little defense here in the offseason.
They have. And I know Burrow put a ton of pressure on them down there. He does it every year with some of his comments and stuff. So I like that signing for them. I wish it wasn't in our division. I wish it wasn't a team that we have to play twice a year. But it's a hell of a signing for the Bengals.
We'll see what he's got left, but I agree. That was somebody that I had even said potentially for us, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm watching a video right now that was posted by Big Cat where I think they're having some type of baseball competition in their Barstool Chicago offices, some baseball like tournament.
Yeah.
And they rolled out this huge flag. They had a model airplane. It says what a flyover, and they had a model airplane fly over this flag, and they videoed it, and it's actually really funny.
Bengals, Orlando Brown signed an extension. He's back.
Oh yeah, they're firmly
Dalton Reisner back.
They're firmly in that category.
Boye Mafe, Edge in, Jonathan Allen in, Brian Cook 3 years in.
Yeah, the safety.
Nice, some nice little moves.
Yeah, and they'll pick at what, 9 or 10?
9.
Yeah,
No, I'm sorry, 10 because Kansas City's
9. So
Yep.
they'll pick at 10 and then see kind of how this. It seems like they've done a pretty good job of now being able to take kind of the best player on their board who's there at 10. They've plugged a lot of their holes that they've had. So unfortunately, that's everybody in our division had a pretty dang good free agency first week. Yeah,
Yep, no doubt.
Hey, by the way, Zagura, your team of your Ute made a trade late yesterday.
Oh yeah, they got the defensive tackle from the Cowboys.
Pedro's immediate thoughts?
He was very happy about it. He's very happy about Mike Evans, but now he's mad at Trent Williams. So he's also, there's no pleasing him. There's no pleasing him. He's always got something to grouse about. So right now, the grousing is about that.
There you go. We had an upset today. Conference tournaments are happening.
Boy, did we.
Had a big one. This is in the MAC where Miami University falls in the first round. The top-seeded Redhawks, undefeated on the season, comes to an end with an 87-83 loss to UMass. I'm sure you guys have a better handle on this than me, but I thought they just were scared by UMass a couple of weeks ago, weren't they? They've been living on the edge for about a month,
Yes.
truly. They have a ton of injuries. They are not the team they were a month ago. I don't know how this will affect them or if it'll affect them in the NCAA tournament. Certainly is going to affect their seeding. We were talking before the show, like, would this now put them in the play-in situation where they make them as, like an 11 that's a play-in as like punishment?
G-Man's like they should play Auburn. For all the Auburn fans that want Auburn in.
Yeah.
And all the SEC fans that are like, you got to put Auburn in.
I really think Miami deserves to be in the tournament at 31-0 on what was accomplished, acknowledging that they're not the team they were a couple of weeks ago because of all the injuries. And I believe the MAC is a two-bid league. And the winner of the MAC and should be Akron. They're very good. They're 15-1 in the league this year, Akron is. So they're going to be right there. They should be the favorite to win it on. What happened with your game? Toledo and BG.
5 seconds left. BG's down 1.
Down 1 with 5 seconds? Do you have the ball or no?
No.
Oh, Toledo's going to win?
They're following us so we don't shoot threes. So
that would set up a Toledo-UMass semifinal?
That's right. Probably the one thing the MAC doesn't want.
No, they needed Miami in the final.
On that side of the bracket.
Yeah.
Because if everything goes according to plan,
yeah,
you're going to have Akron and Kent at the other half.
Tomorrow, yeah. So that'll be the other semifinal.
Maybe Ohio. He missed it? BG with a chance?
Come on.
We missed a bunny. He drove coast to coast and missed it in
You
the
missed a
lane
layup?
to win.
What?
Oh, man.
That's 2 missed bunnies in the last minute.
Oh, my gosh, Gibby. Your teams are unclutch.
I love Gibby.
The last time,
gets fired
hold
up.
on. The last time that the Bowling Green Falcons went to the NCAA tournament,
Yeah.
Okay.
1968.
What?
In my life, they have never gone to the NCAA tournament. And that streak continues.
When
kids.
Antonio Daniels was there, you never got to the dance?
No, we got bounced. We got bounced in the quarterfinals, I believe.
But the MAC was a two-bid league in that time, was it not?
Correct. But every MAC team at that time had an NBA player on it.
Oh, yeah.
Ball State
Zerbiak.
had Bonzi Wells. Boykins was Eastern. Zerbiak and Ira Newble were at Miami.
Oh, my God.
Like BG got. I think they got punked by. It might have been Miami. In 1997.
Gibby, if it weren't for the Cavs in 2016, I'd think that maybe you were the problem.
That's fair. I think that's a
Made you
reasonable
chuckle?
thing.
You like that?
I did like that.
You look fantastic.
So
by
by the way, the last time Toledo made it was 1980.
That's right.
Holy cow!
Just lost my
So,
rival.
so who's
I'm
been
done. We're done today.
hogging all the MAC berths all these years?
It's been Miami. It's been Kent and Akron.
Ohio.
A healthy dose of both
Yeah,
of them.
Ohio made it a
Buffalo had a
bunch.
nice little run.
Yeah, that's crazy though. 1980 for Toledo, 1968 for Bowling Green.
Yeah,
All right,
not ideal.
no,
BG
not.
loses, but it's quarterfinal day. So
Yeah. The Buckeyes held on, as you heard right here, held on to beat Iowa. They were up big, and then it got really dicey down the stretch. Got very tight. Buckeyes end up winning 82-79. To me, this solidifies them on the 8-9 seed line for the NCAA tournament. If they can beat Michigan, who is 29-2, and a real matchup problem for them, and quite honestly for a lot of people, if they can beat Michigan tomorrow in the quarters, I do think they could ascend to the 7 line on the bracket. But I think now they're locked in as an 8-9.
Robust upset.
It would. They played them toe-to-toe in Ann Arbor about a month ago. You have to play pretty close to perfect. Michigan just doesn't. They're long. They don't have holes. They're just really good.
hey, unlike other bubble teams who've done a lot of squawking and not a lot of walking, Ohio State's won 4 in a row.
They have,
and they're playing well. We
It's
had
the
this
best
conversation. You could take Indiana off of this bubble.
Yeah,
Indiana shouldn't be allowed anywhere near the NCAA tournament.
I would agree
for
with
the
that.
teams that have
I would
done
agree
a
with
lot
Auburn
of
too, by the
squawking.
way.
They've done a lot of walking. I like that, Gibby. Did you just make that up?
I did.
That was good.
I had to slow it down because I'm like, am I saying that right?
Part of me thinks the next level is next after that kind of a line. Squawking
Well,
and
after what
walking.
my alma mater just did. Yeah. Way to screw the pooch.
You hate to see it.
Yeah, Ohio State went to Ann Arbor. We're down 3 at half, really tight game into the second half, and then Michigan kind of pulled away late to win by 8, and then they played a little less than a month ago in Columbus and got bombed. So that game will be at noon
I felt like that might have been Ohio State hitting rock bottom on the season, wasn't it? There were a lot of questions after they got killed by Michigan. Not that people didn't expect Michigan to win that game, but the way Ohio State played in that game.
Well, that was when they were so firmly on the bubble and you were looking for any sort of positivity. But they played well at the right time. They bombed Purdue last week, took care of Penn State, took care of Indiana, and now get a win and avenge the loss to Iowa, which happened 2 weeks ago out in Iowa City. So good job out of them. The Players is going on.
Yes.
Go ahead. This is your wheelhouse.
Maverick McNeela, your leader right
What a
now,
name.
5 under. Justin Thomas, Russell Henley headline a group of 3 players at 4 under, 1 shot back. Tony Finau, where you be now. Ludwig Aberg, Tommy Fleetwood, Victor Hovland. Sounds like a Ryder Cup group right there. They are at 3 under, along with Sepp Straka, Thigala, and then there's a big group at 2 under, including Jacob Bridgman, who won the Genesis, and then last week's winner, Akshay Bhatia, 1 under, tied for 18th. Good field. Unfortunately, not as good a field as we were hoping for. Scotty Scheffler, in case you're wondering, even today. He's kind of in a little lull right now, Scotty Scheffler, from the greatness that we were expecting. Still obviously very good. Brooks Koepka also shoots even par today. Ricky Fowler even through 6. But you were expecting Colin Morikawa has been playing very well. Hurts his back and withdraws after just one hole. You hate to see that.
Less than a month for the Masters.
Yeah, well, it's eye on the prize. Focus there. The question we're being asked, should the players be a major? No. We have 4 majors. That's how it is.
Yeah, it just is in the wrong time. They actually moved it to May a few years ago, and I thought that was a nice spot for it. I really liked it in May.
Yep.
Yeah. And then you put the PGA Championship back to August.
Back in August. Is there anybody that thinks that won? Like, does anybody in golf think that wins?
No.
The PGA in May?
I don't think so. I mean, I like having some kind of meaningful golf in May.
Well, hold on. Let me go back. When it got moved to August.
What got moved to August?
Wasn't the PGA in August?
Yeah, it got moved from August to May.
To May.
Yeah.
When it was in August, I did like it. I don't mind the idea that it ends with the Open, that's the 4th of the 4 majors. Because to me, the PGA is always kind of like the weakest of the majors.
Yeah, I think.
Which is kind of why I like it in the 2-hole, which is kind of like, to me, the throwaway of the 4. Like, you kick it off with the Masters.
Yeah.
You're ending with the Open. That's pretty good. Now, could you make the argument maybe everything gets bumped back a month? Sure. I think what was happening, I remember at the time, though, in August, it was kind of getting lost amongst, like, the beginning of preseason football.
Their contention was that there was too much going on in August, but I disagree.
Yeah.
I don't think there is. Like, we do preseason football a lot, and obviously people watch football no matter where it goes on. But, like, the other factor I read was they wanted to be able to use – they opened that PGA Frisco.
Yep.
And that's got 2 PGAs in, like, the next 15 years.
Yep.
And they're going to play there regularly. They wanted to be able to play in places in the South that were too hot in August. They found that they were playing in the same venues over and over again because you couldn't play in – like there was a PGA, I want to say, that Tiger won at Southern Hills.
Yep, Tulsa.
That was a burned-out mess.
Yep.
Just too hot. And so they really – that was probably another part of it that
too,
they were worried about. They wanted to expand to more courses. But at the same time, like, I don't like the idea of that golf for the – casual golf fan, and I would describe myself as that. I watch the majors, I watch the tournaments that I've covered or been to, tournaments I know the courses. Like I'll pay attention to this a little bit this weekend. I've played this course, and so I'll pay. And I've covered this tournament, so I'll pay a little bit of attention to it with TPC. But I don't like that for so many of us. Like golf is over the second week in July. And it just is. Like, all the rest of the stuff doesn't hit.
No, the Tour Championship.
Doesn't hit at all.
The FedEx Cup.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't land.
Yeah,
and so it's like there's so much of this that's front-loaded. If you don't have a Ryder Cup or something like that to look forward to, then it's kind of over, like the second week in July.
Yeah. Well, kind of like our golf seasons.
Yeah. I wonder if you could do – maybe you do like that very first week in August for the PGA. Like August 2nd.
Which should be fine.
Instead of like the 15th. Because when does our preseason play usually start? Isn't it usually the second weekend in August, depending on the calendar?
The Hall of Fame game.
The Hall of Fame game's on that Thursday.
Yep.
So that's usually first, like late July, early August. So like the next
weekend.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because we still play 3, right?
I guess. You lose track.
Yeah, so then, right. And then you're off the weekend before Labor Day.
Yeah. Have you played Sawgrass?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. What'd you think?
I played it in 2014 and haven't played it since. I was not impressed with it other than a few awesome holes. Obviously, 16, 17, 18 it's as good as it gets.
Yep.
Maverick McNeely, who's actually leading the tournament, was talking about it. So the first time he played here, it's kind of like, I don't really get it, you know? But he said now it's one of his favorite places to play on tour, and every time he sees something new and something better. I'd love to play it again and see like what I thought of it today. I'm pretty sure the most expensive round in North America.
There was one that in Vegas, I just saw something on this.
Mystic Rock.
There's one in Vegas that's now over $1,000 a round.
Yeah, I think Sawgrass is as well.
Is that that
Mystic
expensive?
Rock, I think, is what you're talking about. I think.
I feel like Mystic Rock's the one at Nemacolin.
Is that the name of it? Hold on. Hold, please.
Yeah. There's one out there that I want to say usurped. So Sawgrass is now – it's the only time I played was in a media outing. Like it was for – like if you covered the tournament, you go over like a week before and you got to play it. That was the only time that I played Sawgrass.
Shadow Creek. Yep.
Shadow Creek. Yeah.
Shadow Creek is $1,250. Sawgrass is $1,000. Wynn is $750. Pebble Beach $675. Kiowa $650.
That makes Pebble Beach seem like the deal of the century.
Yeah.
So it's just got to be
Shadow Creek. You're right. Mystic Rock is the.
It's got to be because Pebble Beach is just so remote, and these others. They have so much traffic that the demand is crazy to play.
I just wonder why Mystic Rock would be that expensive.
Shadow Creek, you mean?
Shadow Creek. I don't know why I keep calling it. I'm obsessed with calling it that.
Yeah, Mystic Rock's a great track. That's the one with
it is a good, it is a fun
84
track.
lumber over there.
Like the Wynn course is right next to the Wynn. It's just flat. It's literally right next to it.
Don't you think it's probably just like fat cats want to play?
For sure.
Yeah, Shadow Creek.
Shadow Creek is like incredible.
It is, but I mean that's where Tiger and Phil played that COVID match.
Yeah, right.
Remember?
Was in 2018.
Yeah,
the match.
$1,200. That's a full day. I don't care how wealthy you are. That's a full day to just like play around a golf.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I should also mention that the semifinals of our first CBD fan bracket is complete. This week's topic, in honor of free agency, was Best Browns offseason acquisition since returning in 1999. And there was, again, I guess it's one of two things. I said this yesterday. Either we didn't do a good job of seeding this, or our fans' view of this was much different than anticipated, because we got all blowouts yesterday and we get blowouts in the semifinals. The 1-5 matchup was
angry.
Yeah.
They're angry at Odell Beckham Jr.
Well, they must be angry at Jamal Lewis too. Either that or they're young. Jarvis beat Jamal Lewis 84-16.
I think that's Jarvis is just beloved. Jarvis is beloved.
I think Jarvis, I never know about this just because I have a blind spot for him just because I enjoyed him so much.
Yeah.
My sense was that he would be among the most popular Cleveland Browns in the last 30, 40 years.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, to me, he felt like that.
Fact.
Okay. That's what it seemed like. So that's what this is kind of showing out as well. So Jarvis, 84-16 for Jamal Lewis, and then it was the exact same tabulation in the other semifinal where Amari Cooper beat Jack Conklin 84-16.
Yeah.
So it will be
Jack Conklin's a fine man, but I mean,
yeah,
and was a first team All Pro, all of that. But you're talking about, listen, receivers, and that goes back to my point why I would love us to draft a wide receiver at 6. Like receivers matter. The finalists here are going to be receivers. That's because, and by the way, why do they have to be off-season acquisitions? You know, Jerry Jeudy honestly could have been on this because we acquired him in that first year. He had a career, went to the Pro Bowl, and had the best season of his career. But it's because we haven't drafted them.
Right. So you have to trade or free
Jerry
agent.
Jeudy probably should have been, honestly, in our top 8. I know last year the recency bias say no, but like he was brought in, hyped guy, and had a Pro Bowl season in his first year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Went to a Pro Bowl in his first season that he was acquired. That's 4 of them, receivers, all acquired.
Yes.
Not drafted.
Yeah, and you got to have them.
We got to have them.
You got to have them, man. Like
all the best receivers in the league right now. If you were to say, top of your head, the top 5 receivers in the league right now, and we don't have to go in any order, but Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson,
Jackson Smith,
Smith-Njigba, CeeDee Lamb, Puka Nacua.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
All drafted by their teams.
Yep. And they usually, unless, and by the way, if you trade one of them, you end up like what happened in Tennessee when they traded A.J. Brown, and you end up without a job.
Yeah, you end up losing your job.
Yeah, so like if you draft one of these guys, you keep them.
Yep.
You don't let these guys walk until their born-on date is gone.
Yep.
Kansas City got out ahead of it with Tyreek, and were lucky enough to win, 1 or 2 more Super Bowls without him, but they had the wizard at quarterback. But like, no, you have to you have to draft these guys. You got to keep them.
Absolutely.
It sets up a finals between Jarvis and Amari. I think Jarvis will win.
I think he'll win big.
I don't think it'll be 84-16 though.
No.
I think it'll be more like 62, something like that. Give me the over/under on the percentage you think he wins. His winning percent.
I think he will win 2-1, 66-33.
Okay. I'll set the over/under at 62.5.
Over.
Jarvis. Over? Okay. So you can vote now on X at Browns_Daily, Jarvis versus Amari. It is a mailbag day. Get your questions into us at Browns_Daily, or you can hit us up in the YouTube chat. We will get to that in about a half hour from now. I should remind you that OBM is the preferred provider of copiers and document services for your Cleveland Browns. They'll tackle any size office at 216-485-2000, or you can visit ohiobusinessmachines.com. Final hour of the program coming up next. Mock draft roundup fun time. We'll have a little fun with this where people see us going in the draft. We will get into that. Keep you updated on all the conference tournament madness that is going on as well. You're listening to Cleveland Browns Daily. We're presented by Ballybet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Please bet responsibly. Car, truck, or motorcycle accident cause you injury, call the injury lawyers at 1-800-ELK Ohio for a free case for you. Elk and Elk's proud partner of your Cleveland Browns. How about a little mock draft roundup? We have Charles Davis, Lance Zierlein, Nick Baumgardner, Garrett Podol, Bucky Brooks, Max Chadwick, mock drafts for us, pick 6 and 24. Let's start with Charles Davis. Carnell Tate, Blake Miller.
Love this one here. Blake Miller is a guy that Daniel Jeremiah liked a great deal. Just a good, tough, physical, in-your-face lineman. So I love that. I think that is fantastic. That would be a great way to go about things if you are the Cleveland Browns. I would love that.
Lance Zierlein at number 6, Francis
Maui Noah. I mean, it's just impossible. Maui, you're welcome.
Well, and that's it.
What can I say except you're welcome?
We're at DEF CON 2 at the house. Last night, Beamsy comes home from school. We're going to Hawaii next week for spring break. Beamsy comes home from school. Panic. Mom, Hawaii's raining like crazy. I'm like, no, it's not. Like, what are you talking about? So then I look at it. Sure enough, it is. They actually have incredible flood warnings. There are a state of emergency on the island, like all of this stuff. This now sends the blonde into DEF CON 1. Like, what do we – she's calling the hotel. Like, what do we do? Well, within the 14 days, you can't get out of it. So it is what it is at this point. As long as you can get there. Now, she says if the people at the resort were like, hey, look, if you don't have beach days, then you'll probably get a refund on some of it. Like, if they're not going to – I thought, well, that's nice. That was very nice.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, so much so that as I got home, I went to the St. Ed's Heights game last night in Akron, and when I got home, when I left, she was discussing this. When I got home, she had now downloaded the app so she could watch the webcam of the resort to like check if they were telling the truth about the sun shining. Because the woman at the front desk was like, well, the sun's shining here. I'm like, honey, Maui, it's a big island. Like, you can – it's not the big island, but it's a big one.
Sure.
And, it can be raining on one side and not on the other, so we'll see. And then I looked at the extended on AccuWeather, and the other thing I said, you are a news anchor. You know that there's no way of holding anybody accountable for something 10 days out. But it's actually going to be probably just fine by the time we get there.
I'm going to say this. What is the average temp this time of year in Maui?
80. I mean, it's mid-80s.
Well, what is it here today?
38. When do you go?
39.
When do you go?
Next Friday.
It'll be fine. It's not going to be maybe a version of paradise, but it is forecasted to rain. This is on AccuWeather every day from now through the 21st.
Right.
And then no rain the week you're there.
But that's like your
second. It's also
and
sun
70 and some sun. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
You'll be fine. You're safe.
Look, I would also say this. Number 2, we have had the conversations about Beamsy.
Yeah.
And how astute he is.
Yeah, that's right.
Way to knock that out of the park, kid.
Oh.
Like, staying on top of it.
He's on it. He's on it.
I like
worried
that.
About it.
I like that he's
I
monitoring the situation.
Yeah, but it turned into a whole situation. So, I'm on the next Friday when we get there, 81. Okay, mostly sunny.
Okay.
That's fine. 81,
hey,
79,
if it's
80,
80
79,
and raining,
78,
great.
82,
I'm at the
80.
pool.
We'll be fine.
Yeah.
Be fine. Be sunny. Be fine. All right.
When we're going to Tucson, it's supposed to be pure sun, and now the AccuWeather forecast has changed, and not for the better. It makes me very unhappy.
I did get a report from – so I'm flying out of Columbus next week, and I got a report from Columbus that there the lines were very manageable.
Good.
This morning. So
okay.
I know that there's all this panic about – and I just flew last weekend, and it was fine.
It is definitely hit or miss.
Yeah.
New Orleans.
The problem that we have is that because right now this airport has so many 6 a.m. flights because you have to get to a hub to get anywhere.
That's right.
And so they're just – if you fly anytime other than 6 –
it's nobody.
There's nobody there.
It's like your own airport.
Yeah, but if you're on one of those 6 o'clock flights, which most people are, certainly for spring break, just understand it's going to be pure madness. Pure madness. And the other thing is, like, if you're counting on parking in, I would tell you this at Hopkins with all the times I've flown out of there, if you are planning on parking in the garage, understand that it's very likely on spring break it will be full. So then if your next thing is, well, I'll valet, understand that will likely be full. Just plan that accordingly.
Yeah. There's a lot right behind on the other side of 480 It's an outdoor lot, but it's secure. It's managed by the airport. It's an easy lot, and it's not going to break your bank.
Yeah.
The valet might. But
Well, it will, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will.
It is what it is. Like you said, it's spring break. You have a layover in L.A., things go bad, you can stay with Uncle Andrew.
I could, yeah. I think we're going through Dallas.
Oh,
okay.
So it's going to be a buddy of mine's wife grew up in Honolulu or around there, and he said that the best way that he did it was the long haul ones because you get better planes, better planes.
Yep.
So that was the thinking behind it, and we'll see how all of that goes. Maui Noah lands Airline 6.
Going back to that.
Omar Cooper, who I like a lot and is ascending, he's at 24 for Lance Zierlein.
We are working on Mr. Zierlein for next week, hopefully.
There you go.
What's interesting to me about Zierlein's mock is that Spencer Fano, I think, goes in the 20s in that one. Do I have that right?
He is probably the biggest discrepancy on a prospect in this draft.
But he's
we
an
get mocked
offensive
to it
line
at
guy.
6. I know. He gets mocked to us at 6, and then he'll be in the 20s. I've seen him mocked to us at 6 and 24, Spencer Fano. Yeah, but that's Zierlein's bread and butter.
Right, and so if he thinks that he's not going that early, I tend to believe it. Maui Noah, you just don't know if he's a left tackle. I think that's the big question. Now, he is not he's got Spencer Fano going 27th to the Niners because of his short arms. Caleb Lomu, his teammate, goes 28th to the Texans. It's interesting. So he has Cooper going ahead of Denzel Boston, who he then says could be a number 1 for Josh Allen. So that's interesting to me. He has Freeling going he has Caden Proctor going 17, which I thought was interesting, and Freeling going 16 to the Chiefs, who make a trade with the New York Jets.
Okay.
And then the Penn State guard goes to Baltimore at 14. Tate 11 to Miami.
That's a tough one to admit. So he likes Maui Noah a lot more
than anybody else. Feels that way.
Would the read I would have on that. Nick Baumgardner has Maui Noah to us at 6, and then Jordan Tyson, the Arizona State wide receiver, 24. Garrett Podal has Spencer Fano at 6, and then defensive lineman Lee Hunter, number 24 overall, the Texas Tech defensive lineman. I've never seen that name mocked to us.
No.
Monroe Freeling, and parenthetically, is the next pick off the board in his
then
mock.
Give me Carnell Tate and then Freeling at 24.
Sold.
Which I don't think is a realistic. It doesn't feel like it, but
no.
I'll take it.
Bucky Brooks has Sonny Styles to us at 6, and then Blake Miller at 24. I love Sonny. I don't understand that in any way, shape, or form based on what we've done and who's on our roster.
That's not happening.
Yeah, I don't
think
buy that at all.
Listen, I don't make the decisions, but I would be very surprised.
Yes, I would agree. Max Chadwick, Pro Football Focus, Carnell Tate, finally.
Yes.
We come full circle. He has Carnell Tate to us at 6, and then he has Caleb Lomu at 24, the Utah offensive tackle.
Sure.
If Utah has 2 first-round pick offensive tackles, they should have won more.
It feels that way. Yeah.
I mean, you got 2 first-round offensive tackles. They should have been a little more competitive than they were. They started out the season really good and then kind of fell off a cliff. I know they had the quarterback injury, but, man, that wasn't it.
Yep.
Ty Simpson was on Up and Adams and was asked about the potential of teaming up with Carnell Tate here in Cleveland.
I want to see you and Carnell together. I didn't know you guys were quite as, obviously, I know you're close, but you keep bringing him up. So it's like.
Because he follows me everywhere. If you
on
the show asking why he follows me everywhere. Everywhere I go, he goes.
Is there a world where y'all are on the Browns together? I feel like could that happen? What would that be like?
That's something that you got to ask Coach Monk and Mr. Barry. I think it'd be great. I mean, they got it going up there. Coach Monk's going to get it right. They got all the right pieces. If I'm able to throw the Carnell, it'd be great. It would be something that, we'd always be on the same page and, hopefully would take the league by storm.
Do you think that he is Ty Simpson, the Alabama quarterback, 1-year quarterback at Alabama. He was a big-time recruit, but he sat behind why am I blanking? Last year, the guy Seattle took. Quarterback from Alabama, Seattle took.
No, not Milton.
Milroe.
Jalen
Milroe. Sat behind Milroe for 2 years and played
combined.
Milton Milroe would have been something.
Yeah.
Played last year, was really good. There were a lot of the receivers had left. Ryan Williams, who was incredible as a freshman, really struggled last year with the dropsies. They really didn't have a run game. He was better earlier than he was later, but the injuries started to happen to them. I am curious if he is – you remember last year around this time is when Jackson Dart started to ascend?
Yep.
I wonder if there's a Ty Simpson ascend coming.
It feels like it. There are people – McShay is certainly big on him. McShay's big on him. Some other people are big on him. We know Orlovsky's been saying some very positive things about him. Yeah, I could see that. The position's that important. So you're going to eventually, if you can find a reason, you'll talk yourself into taking him. So we'll see if that's something that the Browns are interested in. I don't know. It would be surprising a little bit.
Well, Ty Simpson must have played high school ball at IMG because that's where Carnell Tate was. Is that, or did they know each other before they got to IMG?
He's been following him everywhere.
Yeah, I wonder if he's an IMG kid. No, Westview High School. Interesting. Yeah, I wonder where that connection came from. High school personal. 5-star, 25th overall, number 2 player from the state of Tennessee.
Tennessee.
I don't know where the Carnell Tate
where that actually comes in. While you're doing that, Dre Greenlaw back to the 49ers on a 1-year deal.
There you go.
After spending a year with the Broncos. Mike Evans said he did a lot of research on a number of places, including the Bills, but the Niners were always his top choice. He adds that he felt like the Niners were one piece away, and I feel like I am that piece. Love it. Pater, loving it.
Yeah, Carnell Tate's a Chicago kid. He played at IMG. So I don't know where that connection is that she's talking about, where he follows me everywhere. Like, one went to Ohio State, one went to Alabama. One's from Chicago, one's from Tennessee. One went to IMG, the other didn't. There's an AAU football. There's 7-on-7. But usually you play with people in your area is kind of the way that goes. So very interesting. All right, coming up next, we'll take a look at the top remaining free agents, make predictions on where they land. You have that to look forward to, which is nice. You're listening to Cleveland Browns Daily. We're presented by Ballybet, official sports betting partner, your Cleveland Browns. All right, welcome back in. Here are your top available remaining free agents per ESPN's Matt Bowen. Hello, Gibbe.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Be better if my alma mater could win a game.
They can't. They can't make layups.
In your life, will you see a postseason tournament from Bowling Green, the NCAA tournament?
Well, I was just asking. I'm like, is the football team I'm working for going to the Super Bowl, or is my alma mater going to the NCAA?
I think we're going to the Super Bowl.
Which is happening first?
I think we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Probably a very good answer.
Yeah. What's the closest you've been? What is the most heartbreaking BGSU loss?
2002, they were loaded. They lost to the Kent team that went to the – stop it.
Oh, look at G-Man.
That's the Kent team that went to the Elite Eight. That's a year BG should have been 2 teams in.
Young Gabriel.
Dockich was the head coach. BG had 2 guys that were NBA players. 3 more went on to play overseas. Kent was loaded. Antonio Gates was on that team. And it went to overtime. BG, I think it went to overtime. 2002 was probably the closest. And there should have been 2 bids, but
so you would have had. All right, so
Keith
you went
McLeod.
24-9.
Yep.
12-6 in the league. Dockich is your coach. Keith McLeod.
Keith McLeod played in the NBA for a while.
Yep. So none of the. Yeah, McLeod averaged 23 a game. So none of the Antonio Daniels teams were in the mix just because the league was so
wild.
good.
I mean, they were. They
He was
were
the second
top,
pick
they
in
were
the draft.
My sophomore year, Jim Larenega's the head coach. It's AD's senior year. They're low. I mean, we were loaded. I mean, we had the freshman of the year. My freshman year in the MAC was Anthony Stacy, my good friend, who's now an assistant coach at BG. And he was BG's all-time leading scorer up until last year or the year before. They were formidable. Larenega could never win in the MAC tournament.
Really?
That was part of the problem. He was a choke artist. I'm not a big Jim Larenega fan, just for the record. And there are those that are listening right now. I see, there it is. The text
You already
already
got text
coming in.
bitterness. His senior year, they went 22-10. Antonio Daniels, they were first in the MAC. They went 22-10. First, they won the MAC regular season. Antonio Daniels' senior year, he actually switched from number 10 to number 33.
So his brother died in his sleep of a heart ailment. His
Oh,
brother
my
played
God.
for Dayton. We all went to the funeral.
Oh my gosh!
Yes.
So that year, wow.
So
That's crazy to never have.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Here's the best. So Bowling Green played in a barn, basically. It's called Anderson Arena. It's an unbelievably great atmosphere. About 3,000 and change. Heating and air conditioning, maybe sometimes, but not usually. The Radio Row was at the top of the arena, but they were the best seats in the house.
Okay.
And I'm setting up that year, and I'm doing color. The great Dave DiNatale was play-by-play.
Dino!
BG was down 24 to Zerbiak, and Miami came back and won. And there was a gentleman sitting next to me that night. It was a weeknight game.
Okay.
There's maybe 12, 14 people up in the top.
Okay.
Because the writers didn't like to sit up there. Everybody, there was no one there. There was one guy sitting next to me. His name was Jerry Krause, and he was watching Antonio Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So that BG team from 2001, 2002 was a team that should have got – that's the year the MAC should have gotten 2 teams in. They beat Mississippi. They beat Michigan. They beat who else did they beat?
Look at Gibbeck going deep into
He's
the
got
archives.
it, yeah.
I am. It was insane.
Speaking of the MAC, real quickly, Joe Lenardi. By the way, how do you get to just be a bracketologist?
He created it. He's Mel Kiper Jr. college basketball.
Yeah.
He created the industry. It didn't exist.
It's unreal.
He created it. I want to say he's a professor or something like that at Penn, and he created bracketology.
So he's doing it. He's saying Miami of Ohio's loss bumps Auburn, at least for now, to the top of the first 4 out.
Good.
Auburn can still play its way back in with a win over Tennessee. The team they're going to have to bump won't be Miami. I think they're safe. It's going to be SMU, Texas, or VCU. So he thinks Miami is in.
They should be.
Yes, they should be.
Yeah, they should be in.
Now, I mean, it's only Thursday, so all it takes is a couple big teams to get upset, and then that could change dramatically.
Gibbe, you guys are the 1 seed Antonio's senior year, and you lose to Eastern Michigan in the MAC semis.
Yeah,
You didn't even get to the final.
I know.
Hammered Toledo.
That was
in the
Jim
first round.
Larrañaga choking because he wasn't a good coach.
Let
He
me
was a
ask you
great
this.
regular season coach.
Let me
Can I
ask you
a
this
question about that?
real quick. Can you explain to me why it wasn't all at one venue? You played the quarterfinal against Toledo at Anderson Arena.
Yeah, that was at our home. So the
So you played
first,
the
the first
quarterfinal at the
rounds
home?
were at home.
And then Seagate Convention
Seagate Center.
What is that?
It was the convention
Seagate.
center in Toledo. They brought in.
Oh,
they,
really?
They bought the All-Star Game floor from Minnesota,
Oh, really?
and that was the floor. And they brought in stands and set up in a convention center, and you
Oh,
played
my
there.
God.
That's where it was. And then they expanded to the quarterfinals because by my senior year, the quarterfinals were there. My last game that I called, we lost to Zerbiak and Miami.
He was calling the Kansas game I went to on Saturday. He was calling it with Brad Nessler.
Was he?
Yep.
Wally
Yes, he
World,
was.
baby.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Squads.
Gibbe, when you say that you're blaming the coach for not being a good playoff coach,
Yeah.
maybe you didn't have clutch players. Like James Harden's, hopefully that changes this year, but has been regarded as a guy who doesn't perform well in the playoffs. Is that his
Larrañaga
coach's
maybe
fault?
learned, too,
I
because he
think-
got George Mason to the Final Four.
Yeah, Gibbe.
I think
the
Did he
Jim-
get Miami to a Final Four, too?
I don't want to talk about it. I hate him.
So he's a bad playoff coach, but yeah,
Maybe it's a Bowling Green problem.
maybe Antonio Daniels. Antonio Daniels should be able to overcome
Don't
anything.
besmirch.
Besmirch.
Don't. I think that ends your day, and you'll be here till 6 o'clock.
I'm not besmirching, but I'm just saying if you're the number
I
2
think
pick
you
in
are.
the
Dude,
NBA draft, that should
I
be
think
you
you
should
ought
be
to
able
be
to win
careful
your
here
tournament conference.
where you're going.
Larrañaga,
He was great in the regular season. He was a coach of the year at BG.
well, he was nuts. So he leaves BG to take the job at George Mason.
Yep.
They make the tournament in his second year at George Mason. Then he gets to the Final Four at George Mason in 05-06, one of the great Cinderella runs of all time. He continues to stay at George Mason, be finally going to Miami, which nobody saw coming.
Correct.
He's like, well, this doesn't make any sense. He goes year 2 at Miami's in the Sweet 16. He gets to an Elite 8 and a Final Four at Miami. I forgot all about that.
Look, players. If you
That's
were a
crazy.
star player, you'd love playing for him. If you were a nobody, it was an awful experience, and I'll leave it at that.
How did Daniels perform in the MAC tournament in '97?
I don't know the answer to that. I
I
don't
just had it all
remember.
up, but I'm not going back down that.
But again, I mean there was a guy by the name of Bonzi Wells at Ball State. Like
Bonzi
He was
it
a great player, yeah.
There were a lot of really talented players.
He was on the Jailblazers, Bonzi was.
Yep.
Boykins, Zerbiak.
Yeah.
A lot of talent. You'll never see that again. Those guys will now
Chris
get
Webber's
poached
younger
up.
brother played at Central.
Yeah. Those guys will get gobbled up and they'll go to the higher. I'm really curious to see like if the Miami roster gets poached after this season. If some of those kids who are undergrad, if they end up going to Ohio State, they end up going to Xavier, Cincinnati, some of that stuff, because you might
Come
as
on,
well.
now, they don't even have box scores for this. But they lost that year in the conference tournament. They lost to Eastern Michigan,
Yes.
73-64, which
Hey,
he said 8 minutes ago. I know.
Why
but
don't you give him the business?
Because-
you gave me the business.
I was
Yeah.
going to, and then you jumped in.
I gave myself the business. I'm just more
I was
saying
ready to.
It's unfortunate that they don't have the box score. How do we
They
not have a
should have
box
the box
score?
score.
On
Well, I mean,
have
it's
the
30
box
years ago.
scores. I bet I have the box
we
score.
picked
I
up
have
box scores.
I have
I'm
the
from
audio
box
cassette
score.
of me
Eastern
calling
Michigan.
that game.
You have
I have
the
all my game tapes.
Do you really?
I do.
That's very cool.
Yep.
Eastern Michigan.
Do you miss that?
I do.
Calling games?
I loved calling.
It's fun.
Yeah, football is tough. I wasn't the best at it.
Basketball's awesome.
It was in my wheelhouse. I could do that in my sleep.
I enjoyed basketball a lot. That's a fun.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Hockey
That's very
was hard.
Yeah,
really
well, that's
hard.
all talking. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to open up that mailbag coming up next. You'll listen to Cleveland Browns Daily. We're presented by Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Please bet responsibly. All right, welcome back in. Time to open up that mailbag to close out this Thursday edition of the program. Hello, Gibby.
Hello, Bo Bishop. A little Big Ten action going on right now.
What do we got?
Wisconsin was up big on Washington. It's a 3-point game with 28 seconds left. Washington with the ball. That'd be a big upset.
The coach for the Washington Huskies is a man named Danny Sprinkle, who is the same age I am. He was the Big Sky tournament MVP at Montana State his freshman year, coached the Bobcats to the NCAA tournament a few years ago. Then he went to Utah State for 1 year. Now he's a coach at Washington. We actually dated the same girl, not at the same time.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yep.
Good clarity on that.
Yep.
Nothing more happened with either one of you and that female?
No, she is actually now married to the head, I believe he's still the head women's basketball coach at West Virginia. So she had a type.
Boy, did she.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lovely girl. Lovely girl.
All right. On the YouTube chat, youtube.com/Browns, if you want to send any questions in on that medium. You can also tweet us on X at Browns.
Let's do it.
_daily. David tweets at the show, give me your favorite type/brand of wine and or bourbon. That's it.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of great ones in both. I leave most of the wine hunting to my significant other. Dr. Z is your wine purveyor. He has an extensive catalog of wines. Typically, when we go to the combine, you pick whatever.
That's right.
We did that this year. Like anything he
quite
picks,
well.
Anything he picks is good. He knows what he's doing. The thing with, did he say what is my favorite or what is our favorite bourbon?
What is your favorite type/brand of wine and or bourbon?
So, I mean, there's so many with I'll just say this: the reason I got into bourbon 20-some years ago because of Bland's. That's the reason I got into it. Up until that point, like when I would go to a bar, I would always order Scotch on the rocks. Not even necessarily because at that time I liked Scotch, but I always found that got me out of having to buy somebody else drinks. Because typically what they would say is, just get me what you're getting, and I would say, well, I'm having a Scotch on the rocks, and they'd be like, well, I don't want that. And so then I wouldn't have to pay for their drink. Was kind of that's the way I operated. But then when I got to Florida, at a buddy of mine, the great Jeff Johnson, the name you know, who said, you ought to try this stuff. And he ordered a Blanton's, and I said, yeah, that works.
Just on the rocks?
Blanton's on the rocks, yeah. So that works. And so that got me into it, and now I'm quite partial to the Whiskey War folks. There's a lot of great ones out there, though. So, yeah, that's what got me into it. A lot of the Buffalo Trace stuff is lights out. A lot of their stuff's really great. Some of them, they've gotten really big, and I am annoyed by how they do the releases now. I like the old days when you could kind of like finding a baseball card, go into a shop and see what they had, and everything's online, so there is as much kind of fun in the chase as there used to be.
Yeah. I will say this, too. Like, you can get into bourbon and not have it break your bank.
Oh, gosh. No, one of my all-time favorite bourbons
is big misconception.
Absolutely. And this is one of the bad things that's happened with its popularity over the last 15 years, but like Elmer T. Lee is one of my favorite bourbons ever. It's a $26 bottle. And now in the secondary market, the only way you can get it's $400 or whatever. But there was a time where you could go into a liquor store and it was $26. So, yeah, no, you can.
A poll update right now. The first Cleveland Browns Daily fan vote bracket.
Yep.
The top Browns offseason acquisition since 1999.
Okay.
Offseason, of course. It's a landslide early on. Jarvis Landry was 71% of the vote. Yeah. Amari Cooper only 29%.
Z thought that would be – he thought that it would be – I think he said 67%, 68, something like that. So he had a pretty good gauge. Yeah, so about 100 – yeah, we got a lot of time left. But, yeah, Jarvis running away with it. As popular as I have in my head that Jarvis was, maybe he was even more popular. It's possible.
Yeah, David Cahoon, this is close, but Jarvis wins for me. He changed the culture.
Yeah, he was awesome. Guys, he was awesome here, too. Like, in the building, he was awesome. He was really fun to have in here and to chop it up with. Like, really, really good dude.
Yep. He would play along with whatever you were doing.
Oh, yeah. He was up for the fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dog Pound Cleveland Brown with Miami losing today. Miami, by the way, lost in the MAC tournament. If you're just joining us, is there a chance that they or the MAC winner doesn't make the tournament, or is it almost guaranteed the two teams will get in from the MAC?
Well, the tournament winner, as you know, is in.
The automatic bid. That's one.
So the bubble team would now be Miami.
That's right.
So I just think that this has been a topic of conversation for 2 weeks. I really see no scenario how they're going to leave Miami out. And I think it's all anyone's going to talk about between now and Sunday is Miami. They will be at the middle of every conversation is what do you do with them? You will see people put up on the graphic. It'll have their resume in terms of quality wins. And I don't think they have a single quad one win. But regardless, they're 31-0. Like they were 31-0. They should get in. They'll have their resume and they'll have like Auburn's. And they'll say, which one's more deserving? And that's what you're going to deal with for the next 4 days. But I think when all is said and done, the MAC will be a two-bid league for the first time since I don't know when.
I think it's 99.
Okay.
I think that would be, if I'm correct on that, G-Man's double checking, but I believe 99. So
yeah, I think it's a two-bid league. I think they're in.
I don't know. I just go back. I think about like, what was it? The Huggy Bearcats.
Yep.
And Kenny Martin going down, and them getting penalized for it.
Well, didn't they still make them a 1 or a 2 seed?
That's a great question. I was right with 99. There we go. Perfect.
So I'm pretty sure they were still a 2 seed.
Do they put them in the
number one ranking? So this would be.
I watched them earlier in the year, and I thought there was no one in college basketball that could beat them because they actually played a regular season game at Rocket. It was like a college basketball doubleheader, and they played, and they were unreal.
All right, so yeah, let me see. Cincinnati in 2000 was the 2 seed. So they made him the 2 seed in the South Regional. They were number one team, but then he broke his leg. They went 28-3, but they were a 2 seed. So they didn't punish him that much.
Gotcha. David tweets at the show, which former Browns player and current free agent do you see signing somewhere first? Njoku, Teller, Conklin? Do you believe there's some reason why they haven't signed anywhere yet? I mean, I think at this point, if you're not in the first 24 hours of free agency, I think you can be pretty selective.
Yeah, I think in some cases it's being selective. Some places it's the market telling you a little bit where those guys were. We love them all, but kind of where they were. The Bitonio one is going to be the one that's going to be interesting for me to watch. Like, if he plays one more year, where is it? That will be one to watch. Is that one? I think the market is telling you if they were massively coveted, they would have signed. I mean, look what happened to Henderson. I mean, he didn't get what he thought he was going to get.
That's right. David Gray tweets at the show, assuming a mailbag today. This was a long time ago, earlier today. More of it, did you know, than a question. Okay. Joe Thomas tore his ACL his junior year in a bowl game while playing on the D-line. He was a projected first-round pick, but the team needed D linemen, so he filled in. No,
I did not know that. Rest assured, I will ask him about it the next time we have him on. No, I did not know that he played defensive line his junior year in a bowl game and tore his ACL. No, I don't recall that. I don't know how it hasn't come up.
That has never.
It's the least surprising thing ever. I mean, I can totally see the Hoff doing that. Oh, you guys need help on the D-line? I'll play D-line for one game. Did he play both ways in the bowl game?
He had to have.
Good
you weren't going to take an all Big Ten lineman.
No, I wouldn't think.
Put him.
No, I did not know that.
This is all news to me.
Yeah.
A little Bobby time here as we round out.
Hey, Bobby!
What is one move in the offseason of the past 12 years the Browns wish they could have back? Boy.
Well.
We'll move on.
I think, look, you're going to have a bunch of them. You're going to have a bunch of them that you wish you could have back. You're going to overpay people over. we talked about this in the lead up to the combine. Like, the hardest thing you can do in this sport is to identify quarterback. It's just really tough. It's hard to do. And we had that stat yesterday of like players drafted that are still on their teams, and it's like 3 guys. So, yeah, it's very difficult to do.
Amen. If you had to fight one bird for the right to keep using the internet, what bird are you picking, and what's your strategy?
I'd probably just give up the internet. With my fear of birds. I mean, any of the small songbirds would be a pretty easy out.
I'd like to think, although they are tougher than you think because they somehow end up in my breezeway in the mornings, and I've got to combat them with dogs trying to get them and everything else. I'm like, how are they getting in here? Did they stay in here overnight because, like, the garage door was up?
Yeah, probably.
Like, how?
Looking for shelter.
Inevitably. I'm like, they're
so little, though. They're so light. Like, if you just grabbed them, it would be the end of it. Like, I'm not going up to some big bird and dealing with that.
But, like, they dive bomb you. It's not
Oh, yeah,
great.
for sure.
I don't enjoy it.
No, it sucks. Sucks.
Yes. What vegetable do you irrationally believe you could eat an irresponsible amount of right now?
I don't think you can eat an irresponsible. I mean, the only thing that would be an irresponsible amount of a vegetable would be like cauliflower that would wreak havoc on your gut.
Yeah, it would.
If you ate a ton of that. The rest of it, though, I think you're probably pretty good on. I do love, in the summer, if done right, a corn on the cob with a healthy dose of butter and salt. That's always a real delight. And that's not something you can get all the time and have it be good. So I guess that would be the way I would answer that one.
If animals could talk, which one would immediately get canceled on social media?
Buddy Garrity. Be done in 2 seconds, that guy.
How's that going these days?
I could do without him.
Okay.
Pretty easily. He's fine. Like, whatever. He's a big golden retriever. He's happy. All he wants to do is eat. He's hungry constantly.
Oh.
Like, he just wants everything in his life is just anything he can do to put himself in a position for a snack or food. And by the way, he went to the vet last week, and they're like, yeah, he's chubby. So now I just call him Fatty. Come here, Fatty. He comes running over all excited. He can't tell the difference. You can call him anything as long as you put a Y at the end of it. He'll respond. Doesn't matter.
You're running the show, basically. No one else in the family is really helping, are they?
No. I mean, my wife, the kids do nothing. The kids will walk over his droppings to get to the basketball. They'll walk over it. They will step in it. They'll try to dodge it versus just getting the shovel and cleaning it up.
Do you have, like, the scooper at all?
No, I use the shovel.
You should get a scooper.
Normally, I do it in real time. Like, I can't stand having landmines in the yard.
Oh,
so I usually get it right away. But, like, I didn't in the winter. So, like, I want to say it was 2 weekends ago, I was out there for, like, an hour.
That was me Tuesday night. I got home from here, and it was 70 degrees. The lady
might as well do it.
Had some stuff going on. I'm like, dogs, time to get some fresh air and time for me to pick up the 300 landmines that are in my backyard.
I don't like to do it. I like to do it while it's still cold.
And frozen.
So they're frozen is what I'm going, because otherwise that's not great.
No. If aliens landed today and asked you to explain one human snack, which snack are you choosing?
To explain?
Yeah.
I think so. If you were to just be given one chip or one snack, if you could have one snack for the rest of your life, what would it be? Like in the snack food genre, what would be the one?
I love a nacho cheese Dorito.
They're delicious. It's a delight.
1 minute.
I think I might have to go that route.
Yeah, chips and salsa, chips and guac would be my that's the winner. Like,
that's undefeated.
Throw a queso in there, whatever you want. A little verde. Yeah, that something like that I think would be a win probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your favorite NCAA basketball tournament team, year and roster. Love a dog today.
30.
Oh, boy. Maybe we'll have to do this tomorrow.
I mean, the UNLV probably.
Gross.
Well, you got the last laugh.
Thank God.
The win the previous year in the national title game that they got by 30 in Denver.
20.
All anybody ever talks about, the one the following year. They were just so much fun. I just love how they pressed and went.
Yeah.
And they played so fast.
Park the Shark.
Yeah. All the criminal element. I liked all of that. We are back tomorrow. Thanks for listening, everybody. Cleveland Browns Daily, 850 ESPN Cleveland.